From snack binging sessions to keep a person full for days, to stubborn eating habits that are impossible to get rid of. Welcome to another episode of How Many Calories Did They Eat on My 600-Pound Life? James L.B. Bonner was a 29-year-old from South Carolina.
He got a good physique, though. If he turn around, bro, it's right. He don't got a good physique, but he got a good build. He got a good build, bro. He ain't even that big. He probably 400, 500. This is the most in shape nigga we don't see all day.
Weighing 642 pounds, and it was pretty evident how difficult his life was with all those pounds, and a missing leg to add to his struggles.
Right now, the prosthetic leg I use is barely able to hold my weight.
Then I have to be able to maintain my own balance. So I get shortness of breath from doing all the scooting and leaning up and all that.
So my weight, it's keeping me from having a life.
Because he can barely stand for more than a few minutes, LB has to completely depend on his mother for everything he needs.
I do everything for LB because he's my baby. He's my youngest, and I would do anything in the world for my son.
There's days where I feel so worthless.
I'd be better off in the ground.
He's tired of living this life because of how difficult things are for him. But just the thought of food is enough to get him to feel okay, even if it's for a short time.
When LB wants to get sodas and snack cakes and potato chips, it makes me feel awful. What am I supposed to do? Tell him no?
I know my mom wants me to stop eating as much as I do. But it's funny, if I don't ask for something, she won't say anything. And she gets it for me.
Considering all the sodas and chips that LB picks up, it's safe to say that he consumes about 2,500 calories a day in junk food. For lunch, LB piles up on a lot of...
25, what?
Considering all the sodas and chips that LB picks up, it's safe to say that he consumes about 2,500 calories a day in junk food. For lunch, LB piles up on a lot of comfort food, no matter how unhealthy it is for him.
When I'm in a real dark place where I turn to food for kind of that safe, comforted feeling, it's not uncommon for me to eat the portions of 2 or 3 grown men.
He easily consumes about 3,000 calories for lunch, eating portions that are enough to keep 3 people full. Even as he's on his way to the doctor, LB wants to make a fast food stop as a coping mechanism.
I have probably been with LB more in the last day than we usually spend in a week together. And it's hard to see your child suffer like that.
I know I shouldn't be eating right before I see the doctor, but I just need to get something to keep me going.
Considering his unhealthy eating patterns, it's safe to say that LB makes his way through at least 10,000 calories every single day, which is more than double of what a healthy person should be having. Sarah Neely has been one of the show's younger participants at the age of just 25 years old, weighing over 642 pounds, and she hates living like this.
The life that I'm living right now is miserable.
And just walking hurts because of all the strain on my body.
My knees hurt, my back hurts, my ankles sting.
And it's gotten to the point where
It's getting unbearable to go up the stairs.
Sarah has to depend on her mom for every little thing, but she knows that it's the only way out of her situation.
About a year ago, it got to the point I couldn't shower by myself. I had to have somebody there doing it for me.
But what's even worse is I know soon I won't even be able to make it up the stairs. And I dread that, but I know that I'm months away of it getting that bad.
Sarah's tired of all the battles she has to fight every single day, but she forgets about all the pain she's in once she has a plate full of food in front of her.
I get dressed as fast as I can, but then I have to try and make it back downstairs. So I carefully try and make it down the stairs because all I want to do is get in my chair and eat.
The only thing Sarah can find energy for is to go down the stairs and eat her first meal of the day, which is way more than what she needs to sustain herself.
I still make Sarah's food. I make her plate for her. I know I put too much food on the plate, but if I don't, she'll badger me until I put more on there.
Food gives me a feeling that I can't explain.
And for a brief moment, all the pain and all the misery of my life is gone.
A huge serving of bacon, hash browns, toast, ketchup, and eggs is how Sarah starts her day, making up for about 4,500 calories just by the sheer amount she eats. But soon enough, it's time for the next meal.
There's never a moment I don't want to eat, and that's pretty much what my mom does for me all day. And if my family or anyone tries to get me to stop, I get very upset. Then it makes it worse, and I want to eat even more.
Here, Sarah's eating a plate full of cheesy lasagna with bread and butter, adding all the snacks she has right after her meal. It's safe to say that Sarah consumes about 5,000 calories in one sitting, which means that in a single day, she easily eats up to 12,000 calories. Even on her way to the doctor, Sarah makes sure to give herself a fast food break to cope with all the stress she's dealing with.
I just hope I'm able to do what I need to get help, and that I don't do something to mess this all up and lose the only chance I have to save my life. life.
And if that doesn't show how unhealthy her relationship with food is, I don't know what does. Tommy Johnson is a 38-year-old from Louisiana weighing 641 pounds, and it's safe to say that his weight has taken over his life.
Every day of my life is a hard reminder of how bad I've let myself and my body get. I don't go out. I can't do much. And I get sad about it because I remember a day when I just get up and go.
Even getting up and leaving his bed is a struggle for Tommy, who just wants to give up at this point, but he has to keep going for his loved ones.
Right now I live with my fiance, Amanda, and I'm getting up and going to the bathroom or taking a shower is the only independence I really have left. I'm too big. Takes too much for me energy-wise to try to get to everywhere. So I just focus on the important parts to clean.
After all the struggles that he has to go through just to take a shower, all Tommy wants to do is sit down and eat, and you best believe that his first meal of the day needs to be enough to satisfy his cravings.
Food is what I live for. I'd eat every minute of the day if I could. If I'm eating and I still want to eat, I want to be joyful for a few minutes, but I know when it's over with, I'm going to feel like...
With Asana, AI teammates can help level up your goals by connecting them to relevant projects, so every team knows their role in the bigger picture. Asana, the #1 AI work management platform. Try for free today at asana.com.
The world can be a big, complicated place with opinions and hot takes everywhere. But with TikTok's keyword filter, we can block certain content from showing up in her For You feed. So that's one less thing to worry about. Keyword filters on TikTok.
After eating all those sandwiches full of grease and cheese, Tommy's calorie count for the day is already touching 5,000. Not to mention that right after he's done with breakfast, Tommy heads over to the kitchen to start snacking on cakes, potato chips, and everything else he can find.
So how the sadness, and what helped make that go away was eating. I was already over 200 pounds by the time I was 10. Because with my mom having to work a lot, she had friends start to watch me when she couldn't be around.
That adds another 3,000 calories to his plate. Soon enough, it's time for dinner. And once again, Tommy loads up his plate with cheese, meat, and grease.
I feel like a burden. I don't feel like a man. Not being able to sleep in the same bed as my fiance, it's just another one of those things that just makes you feel kind of useless.
Once he devours it all in a single sitting, Tommy has consumed about 15,000 calories in a single day, and he doesn't even realize it. Justin McSwain is a 27-year-old from Rock Hill, South California, weighing 687 pounds, and he hates every second of his life because of it.
When I wake up in the morning, I'm in disbelief at how bad I've let things get. So my life just feels like a constant battle to do even the simplest things now. And it makes me feel a lot of shame because I know I'm the only one to blame for that.
Justin is ashamed of how much he's let himself go, to the point where he has to depend on his mom to take care of him when his body gives up.
I don't want to let myself get to the point where I stop keeping up with my basic hygiene. I have my food set up for delivery at different times of the day, so I always have what I need and I never have to go out.
But all of his concerns go down the drain when it's time to eat.
But this is what my life has come to. And doing normal things and having a normal day is just not something that's possible for me anymore. So I just eat. Because food always makes me happy.
For days, Justin doesn't leave his house and bed, ordering in all the junk food he can eat. Here, you can see that his first meal of the day is nothing but fried fast food that's enough to keep 2 people full for half the day, adding about 4,000 calories to the list already. For lunch, Justin's mom comes over to make a meal for her son. And while she's just there to help, she's clearly enabling Justin's unhealthy eating habits.
I didn't know that he had gained so much weight. And when I saw him and how large he was, it was like my heart broke.
Justin's mom makes her special sausage gravy for lunch, and Justin's helping includes 2 waffles and multiple helpings of the gravy.
And our routine is the same as it's always been. So food is a big part of our time together. And it's always been one of the ways my mom shows me she cares. And whenever she makes me something, it makes me feel like somebody out there is willing to go out of their way for me. And that they care.
All of that easily adds up to about 3,000 calories, and that's when the snacking starts.
But at this point, I know I'm killing myself with food, and every bite I take gets me closer to ending my life. It's hard to describe, but it's like even my bones hurt at times. I know I'm not gonna live for much longer if I keep doing this.
At this rate, the calories that Justin consumes in a day easily add up to over 12,000, which goes to show why he can't seem to lose any weight. All right, that's it for some of the craziest eating habits ever on my 600-pound life. If this video opened your eyes to the dark side of being a foodie, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Plot Twist. Your engagement helps us bring more of these compelling stories to light. Stay tuned for more, and remember, it's never too late to turn a new page and start a new chapter in your life. See you next time.